continue with the World Cup vibe, shall we? Here is the schedule for Saturday. Qatar, Switzerland, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti against Scotland. Now, there is truly one fixture that stands above the rest, and that is Brazil, Morocco. Let's hear from Carlo Ancelotti ahead of this one.
Es algo especial, obviamente, tener responsabilidad y ahora de representar un país, el país do futebol, a seleção mais laureada do mundo. Então, duas coisas, responsabilidade e honra. Eu quero esse momento aproveitar com alegria, com felicidade deste momento, porque é um momento muito bonito da minha história. Estamos convencidos que podemos competir con todos los equipos del mundo. Un equipo que tiene calidad a nivel técnico, que tiene calidad a nivel caracterial, que tiene calidad a nivel de experiencia. Entonces, un equipo que tenemos la confianza absoluta que podemos competir con todo el mundo. We have a good feeling about this World Cup, not only about this first game, because it's only the first game of this competition. We work hard, ready and prepared to play. De momento no tengo un equipo claramente favorito en esta Copa del Mundo. Por eso yo creo que esto va a ser una Copa del Mundo muy equilibrada, donde muchos equipos tienen la posibilidad de competir hasta el final.
Brazil manager right there, Carlo Ancelotti, easily one of the most respected managers in football, but now he has possibly one of the toughest jobs in world football, and that is to bring this current Brazil back to the glory days, because Jurgen, we do know that Brazil of today is not quite the Brazil that has won all those World Cup titles. You know what it's like dealing with that pressure, and now they have one of the toughest opening games of a World Cup. So talk to me, how would Carlo Ancelotti be feeling ahead of this one?
So if one coach in the world can do it, then it's Carlo Ancelotti. He's one of my favorites, absolutely my favorite coaches out there since a long time. And he's proven it all over, especially with the big teams in Europe. Brazil is, as he said just now, it is an honor, you know, to guide the Seleção. It's an honor to represent the football of Brazil, because we around the world, we always adored Brazilian football, you know, with all their joy, with all their technique, with all their kind of, the fun that they develop when they play. It's been a long time now since they won the last World Cup. And I was in Qatar and I watched the tournament there, and they were, until they lost that quarterfinal game against Croatia, the best team in Qatar. They were better than Argentina, they were better than all the other ones, but then they made a stupid mistake at the end of the game that cost them a goal. They had to go into penalty shootout, they lost it in a penalty shootout, and they had to fly home. And then, obviously, we all know what happened then with Neymar. He went to Saudi Arabia, then he broke his ACL, and he's now just coming back. But I think that this Brazilian team will come to the tournament with an extreme focus and hunger, and the quality they always had. We never need to talk about the quality of their players, because they are so gifted that it's naturally. It's in their DNA. They grew up like that. And that's why, for me personally, they're my favorite. I mean, it will be a long road until the final, but because they had the guts now, the Brazilian Federation, for the first time ever in their history, to name a foreign coach, their head coach of the national team. That was unheard of in South America, you know. And I think it can succeed.
All right, well, we just had a look at the FIFA rankings there, JJ. Only 2 points separating, or 2 spots separating Brazil and Morocco. This is truly a matchup worthy of the knockout rounds indeed, but we get it as either of theirs first game of a World Cup. This is going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that Brazil goes into that game as the favor.
Clear favorites?
Yeah, clear favor. And I think, especially now with Carlos Ancelotti as head coach, I think he brings some not only experience, but he has like this. With a lot of people you talked, if they played under him in Madrid, and you know, there's experience he brings in keeping the group together, in calm, and you can see how he talks. He's really relaxed on all the stuff what he's doing, and I think that is something. I think not, you know, they're not used to that. I would say that in Brazil, because if you wear the jersey of Brazil, you know that it's heavy. It's straight away. You get always compared with players who had played for this country, and it's not easy for that player. So, and I think with a coach like him, he comes in and he keeps everybody a little bit down, keeps it, and lifts everybody up, because you see the states and the teams he played, every player got better, and every player felt like he's a part of a big something, and then I think that is what Brazil needs, and I think that's an amazing game, and I think I would definitely watch it.
Oh, we're definitely going to be watching it. Casey, Brazil clear favorites for this one?
I think so, but I think there's a little less expectation on Brazil,
Yeah.
which might actually come to benefit, that they don't have this idea, because normally Brazil goes into every tournament they go into expected to win. Maybe even the fans at home don't really expect this Brazilian team to win. And if they can gel at the right time, beat a good team like Morocco in that first match, I'm with Jurgen. I think they could surprise some people and go all the way.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because Brazil are Brazil. We know their pedigree in World Cups, but it seems like they are slipping under the radar when we start talking about the favorites. Jurgen, do you agree with Casey? If you're Carlo Ancelotti, do you kind of like this, the fact that people aren't talking or expecting of that much of you?
If I'm Brazil, I would like that, yeah. I mean, the expectations are always the highest. You know, they won the most World Cups in history, and they had the most amazing players throughout the decades, and you expect always, yeah, the most of that nation. But right now, you know, a lot of, obviously, we always talk about Messi in Argentina still, and Spain and France that could field 3 national teams, so much talent they have.
Yes.
And yeah, they are under the radar a little bit. But I think, you know, after 1 or 2 games into the tournament, they will show already that they are serious about business. And this matchup with Morocco is fascinating, because Morocco, I played a fantastic World Cup in Qatar, you know, became one of the powerhouses in African football. And it's a very difficult team to play against, because they're very physical, they're all over you, they interrupt the rhythm, and still have good technical players. So it will be fascinating to see these kind of 2 different cultures playing against each other. It happened a lot in North Africa the last 10, 15 years, you know, with nations like Morocco, who did well in Qatar. Algeria has a very, very good team. Tunisia is there. Egypt with Mo Salah. You know, we all can't wait to see him now. It will be really cool to see these nations.
Yeah, it will be absolutely a brilliant game. Like I said, it's a game worthy of the knockout rounds of the World Cup, but what a treat that we get it in the group stage. Right, well, things are pretty late here in the West Coast, but in just a couple of hours, our team over on the East Coast will be in action for the morning edition of ESPN FC, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can catch them on ESPN2.